Call to order I'd like to call to order the Parks Recreation Board meeting for Tuesday, December the 5th, 2023. First on the agenda is approval of Tuesday, November 7th, 2023 meeting minutes. Everyone should have received a copy. Any additions or corrections? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve.
So moved. I'll second that.
Moved by Mr. Dietrich, seconded by Mr. Probst. All those in favor?
Aye.
Dietrich? Mr. Probst?
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Next on the agenda is the attorney's report.
All right, the first item is the winter's plumbing sponsorship agreement. I think we did one of these at the beginning of the year. This just, they're very satisfied with the advertising. They're wanting to do it again. Back up. This is for the Spring Springs again, like they did at the beginning of the year, so it'll be for next season. I think it's a good partnership, and Rob, has it worked out well for us?
Yep. So Drew summed it up perfectly. It's for our souvenir cups. Their logo goes on the souvenir cup. It's a good cost recovery sponsorship for us. They get brand impressions on it. Works out well. It's for 1 year.
How many of those cups we usually get rid of?
I think we're 1,000 cups.
1,000 cups,
Yeah.
and then they're gone.
And they're gone.
Questions or comments? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve this.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Mr. Probst, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor? Mr. Probst?
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich?
Aye.
I'm an aye also.
Next, consider landscape architectural services Hitchcock Design Group. This is for a
I didn't know that was on. Sorry.
this is for the design services. I mean, this is a project that will eventually have to be bid out to be done. It'll be a project for next year. Rob can explain the project probably in better detail than I can.
Yep, so Hitchcock Design Group is wanting to provide services to reinstall the tennis courts at Craig Park. We're looking at a demo now to use the existing contractor in the city and use change order services in order to complete that task. This is to put it back together. We are hopeful with the conditions of doing the demo up front and then coming back and doing this, that we can, we'll be under the threshold that's required for the bidding documentation. And there may be an existing contract that we will have established that are already building courts somewhere in the city, that we'll be able to do a change order that's underneath that within 25%. We can transition to doing the tennis courts at Craig Park. We are funded for this project for next year. It is in our funds, it's in our budget.
Those tennis courts have some age on them, don't they?
We've worked it out. They're probably about 40 years old, and I'm not being facetious, but they look like the court looks like a cake. And what I mean by that is, if you look at the profile of it, there is like, I think we counted 5 layers that have just been one layer put on top of the other. On a kind of a guess, kind of a hope, somewhat of an educated guess, what we think is happening is the drainage underneath has been compromised. The water's getting into the cracks, it's washing out. And it doesn't matter how many times we repair it, we're still getting the dips in the courts. So it doesn't matter how many layers you put on now, it's not gonna make it, it's gonna reoccur. I feel like the best moving forward, the best thing to do is to mill those out, down to the base, put pump drainage, in under drainage, and do this. Get another 4 years out of it.
And this would be one where you guys need to directly draft the contract.
Yeah, so ASCII Hitchcock has provided a design service for those courts, which include the layout and all the drainage and the lighting, and permitting and some bidding, Q&A responses for $24,400.
Any further questions or comments? So if I understand this, we need a motion to draft a contract with Hitchcock Design Group for the tennis courts.
Yes.
So moved. Second.
Been moved by Mr. Dietrich, seconded by Mr. Probst. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
Mr. Probst?
Aye.
I am an aye also. Passes.
Next is repair services by Mid-State Recreation for footer repair. This is for Old City Park. We've had some issues with the 3 existing climbers and an existing spinner that I'm not sure how the footer were damaged, but they need to be torn out and re-poured.
That is exactly right. So we have some 3 elements in Old City Park that are outside of the warranty period for that park. The footings have been compromised. We don't know how, we can't see it. It's subgrade. They've got to pull the elements out, put new footers in. And the reason why the cost gets the way that it is because you have different surfacing around there. You've got the artificial turf, and you got the PIP, the poured in place safety surface material that's surrounding these elements. They've got to put back in. There's just a lot that goes into it.
So they're just gonna remove the equipment to be reused.
Put equipment in.
New equipment's going in.
Correct. Yeah. No, they're gonna reset existing equipment, I'm sorry, to the proper footing size.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was gonna say. what
Yeah,
are
it's
we gonna do?
10,000.
No,
Okay.
Well, it was probably a dumb question. There was no guarantee that this
We-
would not happen.
no, there is a guarantee, there's a warranty period, but it's within a year.
Okay,
We're outside of that.
gotcha. Of course.
And will these new footings start some type of warranty on those footings again, or? is it just-
Yes, I'm gonna say yes, because Mid-State Recreation is doing it, and they are the vendor that's supplying it. Or has supplied it.
Okay, so it's the same company.
Correct.
Correct. Okay. I'm just gonna fix it on my. Any other questions or comments? Need a motion to approve the Mid-State Recreation contract.
So moved. I'll second that.
Moved by Mr. Dietrich, seconded by Mr. Probst. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
Mr. Probst.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion passes.
All right, next one's another repair contract with Sexton Mechanical for the community center. This is the rooftop, units 7 and 10 are being replaced and repaired. It's just kind of a follow on from the last park board meeting where I think we did 5 and 6 or.
There is a bit of an explanation on this. So we did get approval for 5 and 6. You guys approved replacing 5 and 6 next year. We would like to rescind that, meaning we would like to replace that with these. And the reason being is in the time that you guys approved that, some people that came out there and RTU has got a heat exchange, it's got a crack in the heat exchange. And then unit 10 is a chronic problem. And so instead of putting money into repair costs in 7 and 10 for future replacement in 2025, we're just gonna go ahead and skip ahead and do it now, because 5 and 6 are running okay for now. So we're just wanting to pivot a little bit. It is $4,000 more because of bigger units than what the other ones were. We think that money will be in our budget for this year.
So we're spending more money, but we're actually saving money
Long term, we are. Yes,
to, instead of repairing them. we're just
Correct.
replacing.
without question.
Questions, comments? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the contract with Sexton Campus.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Mr. Probst, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Probst.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Passes.
Next is a next contract. It's a contract with Freeman Springs with Horner Mechanical Industrial for motor repairs. I believe these are motors, the pumps, and they're just time to be changed out.
Yep. So we started this program a little bit last year. This is to finish it off and to make sure that all the motors are replaced. So we'll have new motors going forward. And then in addition, included within this is the ones that we don't have backups to, we're getting new motors and having the library or having a catalog of those, so we have backups. And so it's not to exceed 60,000. The reason why we don't have a hard number on that, because Horner won't know exactly the extent of what needs to be replaced based on the hookups to the pumps and everything until they pull everything apart. And when they do the rebuilds, they won't know the extent of that. So to make sure we cover our costs, we just made sure what we had allocated in our budget is what we did and not to exceed amount on that. So Horner can get the work done, they can rebuild the motors, they need to be rebuilt. The ones that can't rebuild, they'll go ahead and have the green light and have the convenience of time to be able to do that, just to buy a new motor. That makes sense.
So we don't know which ones need rebuilding.
Not yet, not until they break them down. And that's why we've got that not to exceed amount of 60 grand until they get it.
So you talked about a library of motors, so they're gonna replace the ones they can't rebuild? And where do you get this library of motors?
So what we've got established now already, we're gonna finish hopefully after your consideration on this, is if a motor ever goes down in the future, let's say in July next year, heaven forbid, Jim will be able to go into his mezzanine in his maintenance garage and Brooke will tell him, hey, 15 horsepower motor has gone down, can you bring it over? He'll have it. We'll have a backup, we'll have every motor in our maintenance garage is backup. So we won't ever get caught in a July, August, or June when we're at our peak and not have a motor and wait 2 weeks for it to be ordered. We'll have it.
That's a great idea. Where are those backup motors coming from?
They're in the parks maintenance facility in our mezzanine storage
Okay.
catalog of what motor goes where.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, need a motion to approve the contract with Horner Industrial.
So move.
Second. Moved by Mr. Dietrich, second by Mr. Probst. Those in favor, Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
Mr. Probst. Aye. And I also. Motion passes.
The next contract is also for repair services for the community center. Some demolition, repair, and window installation, if I read it right, I might be wrong about that.
Yep, Drew's on the right path. So this is all trying to encumber contracts for next year. It's in next year's budget. We have program rooms that are north of the control room in the community center. Now the field house is online. Got to reconsider some of our spaces and we can expand our fitness area at the community center. This will help do that. It will eliminate that wall. Those little program rooms there north of the control room. We'll be able to expand our fitness area with that space.
And this is the contractor we've used before, right?
This is a contract we've used for Sharon's office and Jim's office.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, I move a motion to approve the contract with Rick Stevens Builders. So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Probst, second by Mr. Dietrich. Those in favor, Mr. Probst?
Aye. Aye.
And I also. That concludes the attorney's report. Next on the list is the 2024 meeting dates. Once you've received a copy. Any questions about these dates? I need a motion to this, right? To approve
Yes.
these? No questions or comments? I need a motion to approve these dates for next year, the 2024.
So move.
Second. Moved by Mr. Dietrich, seconded by Mr. Probst. All those in favor? Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
Mr. Probst. Aye. And I also. Motion passes. Next up is the 2024 carryovers.
I believe you guys have been provided a list of all the carryovers. Finance have been provided this list as well.
I'm sure the girls may be happy.
Happy to go through the slides if you guys would like. If you have any questions.
These are all just stuff that we've already previously approved and.
These are projects you are aware of.
Mhm.
This is money that we have in our operating budget in the 2023 year. that we make sure that we want to roll it over to the new year and cover that cost. Otherwise, it goes back. I'm happy to answer any questions if you guys have any.
Any other questions, comments? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the 2024 carryover.
So move.
Second,
Moved by Mr. Crowe, second by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Crowe.
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
aye.
Item Miles. Passes. Next on the list is the Greenwood Sports Complex partnership with Kopetsky's.
We had a meeting with a representative from the Kopetsky Group, the car wash. He had suggested a partnership that was beyond the original matrix of which you guys approved. Kopetsky's wants to pay $12,000 for 7 years, 7-year term instead of $10,000 for 5. For the 225 field title partner. In exchange, they would like a banner on every field and requesting industry exclusivity, only car wash to be represented at the park. That's ultimately up to our decision. The cost of those banners, as I'm sure that was in your packet, are below if you have any questions on that. The overall partnership cost is $84,000. The upfront impression cost is tick over $21,000 for that. So his reasoning, or the Kopetsky reasoning, is they want to be a long-term community partner on that. And that's why they suggested a longer-term agreement at the greater amount.
How many
more impressions?
How many car washes do you typically get wanting to partner with us?
Absolutely 0.
Thank you.
Did I hear you right? No other, like, crew couldn't come and approach you?
He would like exclusivity of no other car wash in the park.
Is
Under
that,
consideration.
is that something you can do legally?
That's,
I believe we can, I don't, it's first come, first served, no one else has
Okay.
ever asked to do it, I mean, it's part of our pricing plan,
Try not keeping it out of the park system completely. It's just out of Worcester Sports Park,
we're
right?
keeping them out of the sports park.
Yeah.
We're letting Kopetsky's have that as their sole impression.
Well, I'm not against it, but I was curious.
I mean, it's no different than like up in Carmel, and I hate to say anything compared to Carmel, it's like when the sponsor for the Palladium or some other, or White River State Park, amphitheater is now going to be, I don't know, they just sold the name.
Everyone's credit.
Yes, I mean, I don't believe it's part of the pricing, I don't believe it's any legal prohibition against us doing this.
And you're okay with the 7 years versus the 5? I mean, I've been really seeing that unusual.
We don't have any heartburn over it. From an impression standpoint, we actually prefer that.
A longer term.
We go long term.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the Greenwood Sports Complex partnership with Kopetsky's.
So move.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Dietrich, second by Mr. Probst. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
Mr. Probst.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion passes. Next on the list is the Greenwood Parks Foundation report.
I don't have a report. You guys have any questions? I can certainly attempt to answer them. Any questions, concerns you may have today.
Any questions for Rob? Next up is the controller's report. Everyone's with us.
Good afternoon. This went out yesterday afternoon. Hopefully you've had a chance to look at it. First page there, you'll see our reserve right now in the operating fund of 2.87 million is about a 71, almost 72% reserve. Excellent position to be in. We'll be expecting to get the tax draw here in December, so you'll see that jump a little bit even more. Next page is your food beverage tax. That one is sitting at 3.9 million. We're running ahead of receipts ahead of our expenses on that one as well. Park S&R right now sitting just under $300,000. For the year, the Dunn fund has increased by 88,159, so good shape there. Park impact fee, that one's sitting at just over 2.1 million. It's increased its balance this year by 177,000. Keep in mind that one grows as the city grows, and we've got a lot of other projects coming online, so we should see some good growth in that one moving forward as well.
Any other questions for Greg about the controllers report?
Sounds real good.
Good shape.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Parks report.
I believe you got my report in front of you. You have any questions? I'm more than happy to answer.
Any questions for Jim?
Just want to say that Christmas lights, they see all through the city, and the park operators of some of the facilities. Sharon and Jim both responsible for that, so just wanted to kind of acknowledge them and recognize that they did a great job.
Were you responsible for our new lights downtown too? Did you hang those?
No, sir.
No, that was the street department. Somebody.
So,
The only thing is about your lights is I would sure like to see them go on down the trail. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
Why don't you just make a cover, and you walk underneath lights?
I love Christmas lights. I'm sorry.
Going down the trail with stairs, that's.
All the way through Old City Park.
we can talk about that.
There's no plan for Old City Park, is it?
As far as expanding the Christmas light,
Yeah, Christmas.
Well, the bridge is
I mean, we're open to expanding. Talk about how it grows.
Jim would like that.
I would like that.
I would too.
I
think-
love Christmas lights. I just think it's
Well, I think
amazing.
the Old City Park, more people see it. Does that make sense? Both sides.
That was the intent. We started the amphitheater in intent
Yeah.
to get it to.
No, I love the amphitheater. That looks
Yeah, it's stunning.
beautiful.
It's stunning.
But Jim doesn't have a lot to do, and I just wonder if we can.
We can make it happen.
Any more questions for Jim? Next up, trails.
I don't have any.
Nothing on trails. Recreation report.
I have a copy of my report. We had Kid City Christmas this past weekend. We had over 300 people attend. Rode the train through Jim's lights down there at the amphitheater. Then we have Breakfast with Santa coming this weekend on Saturday. We have an 8:30 session that's sold out and a 10:30 session that's sold out. So we'll probably have around like 450 people there between the two sessions on Saturday morning. Well, we should have the summer concert schedule and all that for you guys in January.
You seem to always sell out these programs. How do we determine the numbers on those, Rob? They're expandable or
It's based on, it's facility based.
business?
So, I mean, I think it's at the community center.
Yeah, so with COVID, we did 30 tables for Breakfast with Santa, and then last year we went up to 35 tables, and then this year we've gone up to 40 tables.
So you're maxing out.
Yeah, so the gym will be, it'll be pretty full in the gym coming. And we added the extra session as well due to COVID, so.
2 sessions.
Man, that's a great problem to have.
I mean, and I'm not suggesting you should do this, but I mean, you could literally probably have breakfast with Bunny or breakfast with Santa, lunch with Santa, dinner with Santa.
I do want to try a steak with Santa. I think a
Yeah.
steak with Santa in the evening would go over real well.
Yeah, well, I honestly think, and I think each one of those sessions, each one of those timeframes, you have multiple sessions, and I think they will.
Right. Great job, man.
Yeah.
Any other questions about that, guys? Next is the field house report.
Hello, should have a copy of the field house report.
We're just very busy with programs and rentals, day passes as well. Currently, we have youth basketball and soccer tonight. It's really cool too. We have the rental at Centerbrook lacrosse. We have them at least every week. So it's really cool seeing them out there, seeing like a new sport in the field house. So things are going great.
That is pretty cool to have lacrosse in there.
Yeah,
You just,
it's neat to see.
you never heard of that in Greenwood. You know, it's pretty nice. Yeah, good job. Anything else for the review? Community center report.
You guys have my report. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer. The Christmas decorations are all done there at the center. If you guys get a chance, please come by. Check it out. It's all back down.
Thank you. Anything else for Sharon? Other business from the public? Other business from the park board?
I'd just like to make a comment, Rob, to you and your staff. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, but you do an outstanding job, and I'm around Greenwood in public, and I've never heard so many people talk about, well, yeah, I'm not a computer guy, but when you go online, you can pull up parks, you know, what is that called?
Facebook.
Whatever, but nonetheless, all I hear, seriously, every day is the website, they love it, and the job that you do.
All in.
I know it is.
Yeah.
But
Appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys, you all do a great job.
Thank you, Dick.
You do. I have one thing. I'd like to thank Drew for his time here. and wish him well on his next adventure.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah, we echo that as a department as well. Drew, you've been great. Like sincerely, you do turned around things for us extremely quickly and you've been great, so appreciate it.
And here's the contract for Hitchcock. I just had to print it out.
There's nothing else to come before this board. This claims have been signed and we are adjourned.
Terry, will you be our new director?
I'm the person.